She's on.
Jaye McBride.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's going on?
We watched your clip twice. Like, there's a clip you have on YouTube that I think the 9-minute of your stand-up, we watched that twice before the show, and we're dying both times. It was amazing.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
So good.
Oh, the one. Oh, cool. Yeah, I had one that didn't talk about any trans issues or anything like that. But I upload this. I opened for Bobby Kelly for this set. Yeah, it was just amazing. The whole thing just went so.
You opened for Bob Kelly?
Yeah.
That's cool. He's fucking hilarious. We were just talking about him on break.
Man. I was dying during his set. It was so great. It was just like, I mean, he's one of the few comedians I was hosting after opening for him, so like I actually had to leave the room because I had tears rolling down my eyes because he was laughing so hard.
I saw him at the first Traveling Virus that Opie and Anthony did years ago at PNC Art Center, and I was just telling Slim how I met Rich Voss there. He was fucking cool too.
Yeah, yeah. I opened for Voss too. I opened for Voss once too. What a douche! I mean, he's awesome. He's awesome. He's a good guy. But.
I was walking through the crowd at this huge venue. It was PNC Art Center, and I saw Rich Voss. I said, "Rich Voss." I started laughing. I shook his hand, and he said, "Look at this guy. Look at this pinnacle of fitness." And he pointed to some like 300-pound dude, and I started laughing, and he just walked away.
He had this great vibe too. He was like after I opened for him, then there's another feature act, and then the guy, and then him. The first thing he says on stage is, "It's like that TV show, 2.5 Men." I was like, "You're such a dick, dude." I was it's so funny, but I was just like, "Oh, dude, you're a dick."
Oh my god! And I wanted to tell you too. My New Year's resolution this year was to get a midget and a tranny on the show, a transgendered, and you are the show's New Year's resolution. Half of it. We didn't get a midget yet, but thank you.
Let me know. We'll have a midget tranny dating game. I will totally date a dwarf. And I'm almost 6 feet tall, so that'd be funny in itself.
Yeah, Slim found your stand-up, and I was like, how does she not have a Comedy Central special? Like, she's so funny.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
Yeah, like the one clip had only like 150 views. And I'm like, why is it like it should be viral? It's just so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like it's getting there. You know, my career is starting to get there a little bit.
Cool.
But it takes time. I've only been doing it just under 6 years, so it's not like, you know, I mean, some of the people that got a Comedy Central special this year, they've been doing it like 10, 15, 20 years. So
that's what I told Slim earlier. We have a friend who called last week, Bobby Massey. He's a comedian, and he has some Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
He's funny.
Yeah, I know him.
And, oh, really? Wow, because we had him on last week, and some of his followers, I go on follow sprees on Twitter, and some of his followers are comedians too, and they only have like 30-something followers on Twitter. Mm-hmm. It just blows my mind, like, that they don't have more.
He actually started. I don't know where he's actually did a lot of stuff about an hour from Albany, which is where I'm out of. Yeah, I see him all the time, and now he's in Vegas still, I think, right?
Yes, he is in Vegas.
Yes.
And do you know Dave Hodge? He's another comedian. He was on here last week live.
Oh, really? What's his name?
Dave Hodge.
Dave Hodge. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think he follows you on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
But he's a cool dude. He was in here last week live. You okay?
Nice. Where are you guys out of? Where's the show out of?
We're by LBI, Tuckerton, New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Fuckerton.
Yeah.
Fuckerton.
It's a real shithole.
It is a shithole. God, I hate it.
As opposed to the rest of beautiful New Jersey, which, you know, the very scenic Jersey.
You know, the smokestacks up north on the turnpike. They're fucking...
they're scenic, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I love Cape May. Like, if I had the money, I'd get like a beach house.
I like the
Cape
Highlands.
May. Like, Cape May is
I like New Gretna.
New Gretna, yeah. Yeah, man. I would definitely buy a banjo just to carry on the stereotype of New Gretna. I'd sit on a porch and just fucking play a banjo.
If you drive like 2 hours north of Albany, like near the border, it's the same thing. It's just like...
Yeah, the
That's
Jackson
true.
Whites.
Billies, you know,
Yeah.
like blood feud shit.
Yeah.
It's like
Dude, the Jackson
it's
Whites.
swamp people without the crocodiles.
My friend Chris used to drive us through the Jackson Whites at night,
Oh
bro.
my God, they're terrifying, dude.
They're fucking. They got bullet holes in the street signs.
They're
and
like
the speed limits.
They're like hillbilly
Yeah.
black
Oh, yeah,
people,
totally.
man. They're like hillbilly black people. I'm not even joking.
Wow, Pete.
They're like-
Right, they hate themselves. They burn crosses in their own yard.
Burning crosses in their own yard.
it's true, dude. It's not
Yeah,
even-
dude.
That wasn't even a joke.
No.
All right.
Oh,
But I want to
fuck.
say real quick, you were talking. Rob was mentioning earlier about how like you don't have a special, but there's so many of these other comedians that are so great and never got a special. Like Bob Levy is funny. Otto and George.
Otto
Oh
was.
yeah, he just passed away too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
recently.
I heard him in an interview on Opie and Anthony, and John Lennon used to stop every day and watch him perform on the streets. Like
He was
yeah.
doing it since he was 13.
Yeah.
He was out on the streets doing that, but it's crazy.
Really?
It's like,
Holy shit.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
mean, with him, he's so dirty though, or he was so dirty.
Yeah.
I'm sure that held him back a little bit, but
Yeah.
there's so many great comics out there.
George-
And what's even weirder, and you know, it doesn't really bother me, but if you go to a comedy show and see like a full house, usually the guy, whoever's opening, they make less money than the wait staff. You know.
Wow.
And if you think about it that way, it's like, holy shit, I'm in the wrong line of work.
Yeah.
But what motivates you to keep doing it?
Well, I love it. You know, I just love doing it. I love it when you write a joke, when it hits for the first time. You know, when you have like a set that's just, you know, whenever you 20 minutes and it's just beginning to end.
You're
You know,
set
there's no feeling like it in the world.
You're sad about your dad. Oh my God.
I was
like-
going to ask you if any of that was real. Like, did you really have like issues like that with your father? Or
Oh yeah. Actually, I held back.
wow.
I have darker shit about my dad.
That
He,
superhero line.
The
Oh my
superhero.
God.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like my dad actually had throat cancer, and he hated me. He like beat me fairly regularly. You know, he went like a month without talking to me, like all the you know, crazy shit.
Wow.
But he passed away of throat cancer. So he had one of those electronic things.
Yeah.
So I used to have this joke like what would, like people hate when I joke about my dad. They say, "What would your dad say if he were still alive?" And I used to do this thing like, you know, that electronic like, "What the hell are you doing?" It's just like people would, like, they would just gasp. It was
Rob's about to
Now,
die.
yeah. Now I was curious too. Like, when did you realize you were transgender? Or
Yeah. Wanted to change.
same thing. Like early. Like I always knew. You know. I mean, some of the first memories were like, oh, that's what I'm gonna look like when I grow up. You know, that sort of thing.
I always wondered, was
And,
that real? Like, I always like I'm old fashioned, I guess. I always thought you were born one way or the other. You know, deal with it. Like, but is it really like? Did you know from a child?
Oh yeah, that was like, I knew there's something different. You know, like one of the first memories I have was at this. It was like a county fair set,
Yeah.
and there's little prizes for the kids. You know, there's one for boys and one for girls. So I just reached into the girls thing. You know, I thought like, oh, awesome. You know, and then didn't even think about it. And you know, my brother, of course, reached into the boys thing, and then it's just natural. And then
Yeah.
even then, I could tell my father was like, not cool.
Right.
It's not how we roll here.
Wow. Because I've always said, like, no matter what, my kids, I have 3 sons, and no matter what they turn out, whatever, they're gay, whatever, you know, I'll love them no matter what, but.
Unless they're midgets.
Yeah.
Or redheads.
Or right.
Yeah.
That's apparently
Yeah.
people
Or gingers,
friends.
right.
No gingers.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
But yeah, no,
But
I've
I
always
mean,
said that. I love them no matter what.
Aw, that's awesome, man.
Thank you.
No, but then as you grow up, you realize like, you know, things are. I realized things were different, so I started like I would like pray every day, and believe it or not, nothing really happened. So like after college, finally I'm like looking online and stuff like that, and I'm researching. And I'm thinking, wait a second, and then realized like what exactly, you know, what I could do, things going on. So it made sense.
Yeah.
So.
Even Slim said
So
during your stand-up, your voice isn't even that bad.
It's very feminine, like I would have never, thought.
I used to play in a
band. It's a little rough on the phone.
I used to play in a band with a guy who later became a woman.
Yeah.
He was an amazing bassist. But he mastered the voice thing, or she mastered the voice thing, like.
Did you have to change your voice at all, or did
Because I always imagine, like, hey, how you doing?
Right, yeah, I guess it's just from, like, this...
Well, there's some that...
I still could, but there's no way I'm going to. I actually took voice lessons.
Okay.
There's a college nearby that has this whole program for, just, like, in general for therapists, for speech therapists.
Okay.
So they started a separate program just for trans people, and, like, you actually use different muscles and things like that.
Wow.
So I mean, it wasn't like a lot of work, but it's just like when you hear yourself being recorded, you're like, oh, wait a second. That's kind of a giveaway.
I'm
not that I hide it or anything, but
right. The other thing I was going to ask is when we were watching your 9-minute clip, Pete had pointed out, I forget what the joke was, but you said something, and Pete's like, there's a few transgender people in the community who would be offended by that. Have you ever dealt with that? Have you offended anybody in the transgender community?
Not yet. I think there are a couple that are really. I think they are, but I think some trans people would be like, "That's not cool," because one of the stereotypes is that trans women try and fool guys, and that doesn't really happen for the most part.
Yeah.
And I think that, but really, I mean, I think they're just happy to see someone telling jokes that they get.
Right.
It's almost like more representation.
Yeah.
Somewhat, and they're seeing someone to actually do fairly well.
That's like we have a gay
and I think
friend.
That's kind of a big thing.
Yeah, we have a gay comedian friend named Lucas Corvada, and he jokes about everything. Like he was telling us how one time he met a couple and he was so happy they were talking to him because he's like, I could have AIDS, and he was joking about that shit. It was just so refreshing to hear somebody joke openly about issues like that. Like it was just really cool, and he's called us.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's called us like twice at least so far, and like he's one of the coolest people we talked to, and like he's on Facebook. I think it was Facebook or Twitter. He's said things that people have called him homophobic over, and he's gay. He's openly gay.
Right.
Like really, he's homophobic.
Yeah, people are pissed off in general.
Yeah,
people find something to get pissy about. But
that's like us.
There are a couple things where I do kind of draw a line a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you remember that joke about like peeing in my neighbor's lawn?
Yes, that had me dying.
Excuse me, sir.
Right. Like everyone's like, I know it would be funnier if I said like something about standing while peeing. I know like that would be funnier in the joke if I made it something about that. But it's not true, and it's not something that. So it's one of those false things.
Right.
So there are some things where I say like, all right, that's even though it's better to laugh, it's just not worth it to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if, like, this is...
You can ask whatever, man.
Oh, okay. All right. So, like, you have a penis.
Slim wants to see it.
For now. Are you thinking of getting rid of it? Does it feel
you
wrong?
You want me to send a picture? You want to send a pic of it?
We were thinking of that. Yes, we do want to see a pic of the picture. But I also want to know if it feels wrong.
It's tucked away. It's in bed right now. So.
Okay. Does it feel wrong having that penis? Like, are you planning on getting rid of it?
I would love to get rid of it. It's expensive, and most insurance companies don't cover it.
Okay.
Like 90% don't. So I mean, yeah, at some point down the line, but it is what it is. It's not really. It's a little in the way, but it's not affecting my life.
Do you use it in sexual encounters?
No. Nope. It just watches.
It just watches.
It just sits there, creeping.
Pete's playing with his right now.
Pete's playing with its snake. He's got an actual snake. Does it get hard ever, or it doesn't get hard?
Not really. It could but it takes a lot of work.
Right.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it just really it's just there, So.
Right. It's just like this thing that just doesn't belong there. That's there.
Right.
Sorry, we're playing with a snake right now. It's not no awkwardness here. No awkwardness here for what you're saying. It's just like we're passing around a snake.
Pete actually has a snake, and his old snake died. He didn't take care of it.
We're sword fighting right now. Don't worry. Don't read into it.
There's no docking going on.
This snake is a girl.
This is a female.
Girl.
She's got a
This is its third snake. Pete's third snake.
No, it's
the. I have to tell this story because it never went on the internet, the first one. But so Pete and I are roommates, heterosexual
and life
roommates.
mates.
No, we're heterosexual roommates. He actually has moved into my house recently in like August.
Yeah,
and he slowly
moved, his ass.
He had slowly moved his stuff in, and one day he calls me at work.
I
work like
you.
an overnight job, and he goes, "Hey, I'm
I'm jerking off right now all over your bed."
He goes, "Hey,
about you know, just rubbing your pictures."
That's it.
Just
anyway,
sniffing your boxes.
So he calls me up on my work, and he's like, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna bring my my snake over because he had a buddy that was watching it for him." And I'm like, "Hey, that's fine, man." So I come home in the morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, and Pete wakes up, and him and I are talking. I'm like, "Dude, you got your snake here?" He's like, yeah, man, I'll show it to you. And I'm like, all right, awesome. So I walk into his bedroom, and he opens up the cage. And as soon as he opens up this like tank, I smell this just rank smell. I'm like, that does not smell right. And he pulls the snake out, and he's holding it, and he's like moving it around in his hands, and he's like, oh shit. He's moving around. Oh shit. I'm like, what's wrong, dude? He's like, he looks at me, he goes, it's dead. And I just started laughing. I'm like, I should not be laughing, but I'm just
Dude, that was the
dying.
loss. That was the loss of a beloved pet, man. I drank heavily and cried.
He drank heavily and cried, but I was just dying. I'm like, I'm so sorry that I'm laughing, but it's like you just brought this. Did you carry in a dead snake into the house?
I had that animal for 2 years.
Was that an extra trip? Because, you know.
I wanted him to like swing it around on the show or like fucking smack me with it. He wouldn't. He wouldn't. He threw it in the garbage.
Dude, it had been rotting for like. I'm pretty sure it'd been rotting for like
the garbage.
It had a soft spot like a melon.
Right.
It had a rotten spot on it. Like it was so gross. I had to get rid of it.
Oh.
If I had whipped Rob with it, like the just rotting snake guts would have just everywhere. You know, like.
Damn.
I don't get.
What's that, Jay?
Do reptiles?
No, I just gotta say, I don't understand snakes as pets anyway, because I mean, when they do die, you know, how can you tell? You know, I mean, it's just like, they just sit there all day anyway. So it's sort of like, okay.
Yeah, I like pets you can hang out with, like cats and dogs. Like I don't even get bunnies, man. I got friends that have a bunny.
Oh, I had a rabbit as a kid. I hated it.
I just think reptiles are really cool, like just the way they, you know,
they look and stuff. Yeah.
They feel in your asshole.
The way they kill things.
Right, when they crawl up into your colon, it just feels right. It feels natural.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Jay. We gotta actually start wrapping this up, which Slim doesn't like to. He likes it raw, but we have another caller in a few minutes. But let everyone know where they could find you.
Mostly, if they check out the Comedy Works in Albany, I host there pretty regularly. Okay. Otherwise, just check me out on Twitter at Jaye McBride, JayeMcBride, or find me on Facebook. I'm not at 5,000 friends yet, so plenty of space.
Cool. Yeah, we'll definitely find you on there. Was that some?
I was just going to say thank you.
Yes.
It was great talking to you.
Oh, hell yeah. Thanks a lot, man. This is a lot of fun. I appreciate that. I wasn't sure. Like, I've heard a couple of your episodes. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
We've been mean to people in the past. But
we have. I don't know.
Zilches.
Yeah. A lot of people got offended by us and...
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. There's been times where there's been certain guests where I'm like, maybe we shouldn't have been as shitty to that person as we were, but you know. But
no, thank you, and we're definitely a fan of you.
Oh, well, thanks a lot, man. That means a lot. I appreciate that.
No problem. Thanks a lot. Thanks again for calling.
Absolutely. Take it easy.
You too.
Take care.
All right, bye.
Bye, Jay.
All right, guys, we're going on break. We'll be back in 5,
4,
4, 3, 2, 1. With who? Who we got next?
I think we have Alan.